Blackwell Playhouse presents Against Human Nature by Cornelius Fortune. It's moments before the fall of man. Three angels, Monogamy, Indivisible, and Legna, are contemplating a Garden of Eden without humankind. But the question remains, now that Adam and Eve have been evicted from the garden, what happens next? Chapter 1. Genesis Unbound.
The humans are going to screw this up. Mark it down on the cosmic calendar. They won't be tempted.
Don't say that.
I've read the script. Something bad is going down. And it's not just the fall. The fall's the beginning of a very long end. Or possibly a new beginning. Depending on which side of history you're on.
The Creator let you read the script? I don't believe that.
Merely a rough draft. It was lying about. I peeked. I cried. Moving stuff. Major spoilers.
I thought he didn't revise anything.
Not that any of us would remember either way.
Good point. I'm hungry.
Eat some stars.
I'm tired of eating stars. They're not gluten-free.
Who says?
I read labels.
Look at them. They're happy creatures. Not a care in the world. Can't wait to shuffle those cards.
You love being the villain.
I'm not a villain. I'm an inciting incident. There's a difference. Well, time for some beguiling. Do I look the part?
Sure. You look as beguiling as ever.
You say the loveliest things, Legna. I just want to wrap myself around you and squeeze you till your eyes pop.
And on that note, break whatever it is you can break. Did anyone bother telling him he's a talking snake?
He'll figure it out soon enough.
You have as many forms as him. I guess it gets a little confusing.
Nah, he gets confused with the other guy.
What other guy?
Lucifer.
No kidding. They're not one and the same.
Of course not.
You're new. You'll get it. No one bothered to ask, but I'm going to ask. Are you here to spy on us? Why are you here, really?
I was created for the humans, the ultimate test of their nature.
And that is?
Did someone bring bagels to this meeting? I demand bagels. My demands must be met. Otherwise, I'll take hostages.
Even if they haven't been invented yet?
The hostages or the bagels?
Time is fluid. We see the beginning, middle, and the end all at once.
Who told you to bring logic into this discussion? I'm famished.
What's all this talk of food, monogamy? We're higher beings. We don't need to eat.
But it's fun, and I'm bored already. I want to get to the good part. My function must be fulfilled.
You would think you were born yesterday. Wait a minute. What day is it?
The day paradise was lost. I think that's my cue. Time to get into character. I need help with what's coming. Follow me.
They've been driven out.
You seem sad.
I liked having them around.
These are delicious. You still hungry, Monogamy? Have one on me.
I'll pass.
Why the devil are you passing it around?
You should have seen the kid blaming her. Then she blames me. The nerve. Speak a few words of encouragement and suddenly you're the cause of every human problem imaginable. Next you know they'll be blaming me for famine, deception, sexual depravity, wars, reality TV.
Nevertheless, the humans are gone from us. It's a sad day. We're no longer the centre of the story.
That's where you're wrong. This is where it's about to get real interesting. Someone's got to clean up this mess, though. You guys have it. I'm going to take a closer look outside. An entire world awaits. Don't forget to try the apple iPods. They're like this hanging fruit with huge eyes, tastes like apples, grows inside living pods. Music comes out of them.
Sounds gruesome.
The future is gruesome. Get used to it.
We can't turn back time, can we?
No, not in this realm. That would be too easy.
We must all move forward. But the serpent was right about at least one thing. Someone has to clean up.
We're the clean-up crew.
That seems unlikely. Look, there's a cherubim guarding the entrance to Eden. He looks the part.
You're saying he looks like a trash man?
No. Put simply, he has the appearance of someone who disposes of things.
Even gardens.
I don't understand. Why can't the Garden of Eden stay right here?
The humans don't need a constant reminder. Plus, there's time energy emanating from it. There are worse things than losing paradise. If one of them ever stumbles upon it...
I don't mean to break up the committee, but I've got this work order to fill. I can't decide for certain parts of it. Never got my wings, if you get my meaning. Can you take a look?
Well, okay, it's settled. Take a look at this.
Wait a minute. You mean...
We're supposed to move this stuff alone.
Who says?
He says. This says. It's got the seventh seal and everything.
All I know is all this has to be cleared out so we can make room for the dinosaurs. That's the part I read.
Then you move it.
The cherubim's got a flaming sword. Nah, you tell him. I'm not going near that thing.
He doesn't look very friendly.
You've got your work orders. I got mine. The Creator doesn't want us off schedule either. I'd hate to put in a call.
That won't be necessary.
Wait, are we supposed to improvise?
Or something along those lines. We have to figure out what to do with the Garden of Eden.
Delegation of duties. I just love it.
I'm thinking theme park. We can move it to a pocket universe, outside humankind's linear timeline. That way we won't get in trouble. It could be a tourist attraction. And what about the Tree of Knowledge and the Tree of Life? Do those go too?
They should be separated like twins at birth. It's the poetic thing to do.
They're plot devices. In fact, they're probably as useless as props or plots.
You willing to take that chance?
Okay then, we'll have to relieve the cherubim of duty.
Greetings, siblings.
Greetings, salutations, hello.
Have you stood here long?
Time is meaningless to me. What is your function?
My name is my function.
I've yet to hear it.
Monogamy.
You've lost me.
Being true to one and one only. In love, in trust, etc., etc. And your function?
To guard the Garden of Eden. They must not return. No human being is to return to this place.
Do you know how long you are supposed to stand here guarding?
Time is meaningless to me. I'm not bound by it.
But we are, my sibling. It diminishes, even now.
What Legna means is that we've been tasked to dispose of the garden. That workman over there has some new property to put up. It's all Seventh Seal official.
I have no such orders.
You do now.
Only the Creator can relieve me of duty.
See? That's the thing. I'm not going to say he's gone missing. It's probably more of a sabbatical. But I think something didn't get written in the book. You know, the book. Call an admission, maybe.
The Creator is infallible.
You're right. He doesn't make mistakes. But this whole eat of tree thing could have taken a lot out of him. He might have known what they were going to do ahead of schedule, but that doesn't take the betrayal, the sting of it away. Do you understand my meaning?
What I think Indivisible is trying to say is you're no longer essential to the story.
I see.
The spinning sword's making me dizzy. Would you mind stopping it a moment?
The garden can't stay here indefinitely. While the humans may not enter the garden again, they do inhabit this planet. We need to make room so they can fill it, multiply.
I see.
The sword's supposed to keep humans out, but we can walk in, right?
I don't understand.
No need to.
Are you getting the twins?
I'm getting the twins.
I don't understand.
This has gone on long enough. Sleep. Now watch closely as I stop the flaming sword by manipulating its shape like so, forming my hand as a cup to casually sweep up the Garden of Eden. And now they have been miniaturized for transportation. Simple. See, it's done. Are you coming with us, Monogamy?
No. I have an idea to spread.
Virtue?
Not virtue. They're no longer capable of it.
I put things in their proper order. My function demands it. And I'm sorry. Sex, lust, desire, promiscuity, it all resides within the same universe. Its atoms indivisible. All the romantic pronouncements in the world won't stop the impulse from eating away at them. Children will be created with or without love. You'll suffocate them.
Theoretically speaking, I am against human nature. But it's a beautiful idea, isn't it? That one person exists for another, and only that person. It's misguided, yet an ornately carved model. Impractical, hanging slightly out of reach. They'll make themselves miserable for it. Those who reject monogamy entertain the thought, at some point, that maybe settling down with one person might make a difference. It doesn't. However, I will inspire them to something higher. The idea is more important than the execution.
Have you loved before?
I have.
You were born yesterday.
I know. It was love at first sight.
Oh, where's a sick bag when you need it?
What of the cherubim? I suspect the Garden of Eden will still need a guardian.
Oh, yes, of course. Loose ends need tying. Here, we'll shrink him with the rest of the artifacts for the journey.
The flood?
The flood, right on time. No wonder the humans are his favourite creation. They provide such entertainments. And on that note, almost forgot, we may run into trouble along the way. Best to be doubly careful. Careful enough isn't quite enough, so we'll take all these miniaturized beauties and form them into cubes for safe passage through time and space.
It glows with a strange light. May I touch them?
No, they are very delicate in this form. In fact, at this very moment, they are communicating with one another, synchronizing the event. The Creator will know that the job has been successfully carried out and that his guardian has come to no harm. Our discourse is at an end.
Goodbye, Monogamy.
Good tidings to you, Legna. Be sure to keep a watchful eye on those trees.
I will. At least 2, if I can help it. Maybe more if the situation arises.
Farewell, Monogamy. I suspect we won't meet again until the end of the world.
As it should be. My journey would be at an end, but we shall see each other around. Farewell to you.
Chapter 2.
Coffee break.
1, 2, 3, go!
Scissors beats paper. Really, Monogamy, you're no competition at all.
I try.
Not nearly hard enough.
You're the serious one.
So I've been told. If you recall, I was the prankster, the pusher of things along an invisible yet inevitable track. I enjoyed my job.
Why the past tense?
The world's gone automatic, digital, mobile. Connected is the word, I think. It's hard to get my suggested messages through the satellites. It's a thick soup of sexting, stupid conversations and social media updates. I'm thinking of placing an advertisement.
Really?
Of course not. For all that, business is good, but I've become... Oh, never
Well,
mind.
spit it out.
You invited me here. Why should I be subjected to your confessional nature? I'm here to listen, not talk.
You'll feel better.
Don't try to convince me, little one.
Fine. I'll feel better.
For now, I'll play your senseless game. Time stops for no one, even us.
Good. The question is, what have you become?
How can I answer that in a meaningful way? From a pop cultural perspective, I'm in danger of being a one-hit wonder.
Like Vanilla?
Don't compare me to him, that's the oldest joke in the book. I'd rather be compared to Rick, never gonna give you up, ass.
Technically, he's a two-hit wonder.
I don't count Together Forever because it's never gonna give you up in a different pair of shoes.
No argument from me. But when did you become a one-hit wonder?
The Garden of Eden. It's the only thing I've ever been remembered for. I was involved in the King David thing, the Solomon thing, the Reagan thing, and Clear Pepsi.
What's Clear Pepsi?
Never mind. You can release a slew of new records, but if no one acknowledges them, well, you're lodged in the past. Adam and Eve, the serpent, or, and I hate this description, the talking snake. That's me. Lucifer gets all the press. He's the sexy one, the warrior.
You fulfill your purpose beautifully. Don't let anyone tell you any different.
Now we've got that bit out of the way. What's wrong with you?
I'm losing faith. No, not in him. In them.
Your function might be the most difficult of us all. While my work has always been to bring out the base elements of human nature, yours has been an idealistically driven one. Some are built for it, most are not. And by some, that's a very small number, particularly in this present age. They're losing myths and religious underpinnings, and our roles have to evolve with them. We should take comfort that there's a multiverse out there, or Earth that mirrors this one.
Well, they're not authentic.
Who says they have to be? Look around. Is this authentic? Look at those two over there. See it, don't you? They're lying to each other. They're married in about 3 years, but not to each other. You know what happens when you make too many copies of something? You move further away from the original source. It's not as sharp. It shares some qualities with the original, and to the naked eye, it's an exact replica. But a trained eye can see through the window dresser. All of humanity is just a poor copy of the first ones.
Is that even fair?
This lot here, they've evolved into another species. Whether that's good or bad, time will tell. You're fighting against the unyielding tide, Monogamy. Don't fight. Let the waves slide over you. Swim when it suits you. Say the hell with the rest.
Oh, everything's so different now.
Cheer up. You'll find plenty of work to do.
Did you try this? It's so good. Taste it.
What did you get?
I don't know. Something that rhymes with the word casino.
Not bad. A little too sweet for my taste, though. So, you called this meeting to complain about humanity. You could have sent me a postcard.
Well, things were simpler right after the garden. Our influence upon events had more meaning.
No, child. It had more meaning for you. Human nature never changes, not the core materials that bind them together. Your job is to keep them honest, make them see that together, as one, they can accomplish anything. My job is to have them question authority, relish passion. Whether they do it together or alone makes little difference to me. I use the tools of chaos when it suits me, but I rather enjoy passing out those all-important suggestions across the wind. Not as tidy as a chessboard, however, the same concepts apply. They are pieces to be moved across the board. We've seen the opening moves. We're currently in the middle, and very soon we'll reach the end game. That's when all of us will be out of a job.
Will you stay?
That depends on a lot of things.
Such as?
No, Monogamy.
What?
We're not doing this. I'm not opening up. My thoughts are private for a very specific reason. Here's my advice to you. Chin up. Do your job. Wait for the apocalypse. Then retire on a beach somewhere. You're too earthbound anyway. Have you ever seen beaches on other planets?
No.
See? That's what I mean. Get out there. The humans will tend to themselves, at least for a day.
You're always helpful.
It was good seeing you again.
Where to now?
Oh, to and fro or thereabouts. Haven't decided. Now, I have a parting question for you. Why this cafe?
We could have been in any cafe in the world. So many types of relationships play out over a cup of coffee. This is a hot spot, you might say. I used to hang out in hotel lobbies, but that became exhausting. I draw energy from these hopeful meetings, especially those first meetings. The promise is sweeter than honey. Don't you sense it?
Yes.
You ever wish you could go back? Do things differently?
What's done is done. Paradise was lost a long time ago. See you next time, Monogamy. Try to keep out of trouble.
Look who's talking.
Chapter 3. The Serpent's Monologue.
I closed my eyes once, and to my surprise, I dreamed. Angels, even fallen angels, don't dream. They influence dreams. They inspire dreams. They manifest nightmares when it suits them. Some dreamwalk from time to time in the form of man. They learn what it's like to be flesh, to be bone, to have blood flowing in the necessary places for life, lust, and cognition. Am I angel or demon? Good question. I was, in a way, adopted by the underworld. I played my part, and the world as I knew it was forever changed. I have to say, I rather like what I've done to the place. Its passion truly defines it. Passion that sets them to each locale of human experience, drives them to sex, drives them to murder, various careers, or lack thereof. And it comes from those particles of dream material assembled through electric pathways communicating with one another. Thoughts, as with dreams, are electric currents from which to swim, to immerse oneself. In this dream, my only dream, the only dream I've ever had, I step into the sun, and it embraces me. The stars rejoice in a song I half remember. There's fragments of my name, the one I was given at birth, now lost to human history. I wish I could recall it. The serpent is the one that stuck. What do the stories say about me? Am I the one who stepped between humanity and immortality? Am I the jester who almost had the very last laugh? Let's keep this between you and I, shall we? I didn't think they'd actually do it. Well, Eve, she was new. I couldn't know anything about her motives. But Adam, he and I went way back. He named me. I was a thing crawling in the mud, and he pulled me out, cleaned me off, gave me a name that I treasured for a time, in the process awakening my consciousness. We hung out. I told him stories about the time before the Big Bang, when all was darkness, and how I was an integral part of that darkness. He told me stories about the universe, stories that originated with the Creator. Say, for instance, why Saturn had rings, or a dozen other mysteries. They were close, and I envied them. I thought Adam was a little daft at times, his head usually in the clouds, a full-time dreamer. He wanted to go into space. His goal was to see all of creation, and since the vastness of an entire planet wasn't nearly enough for bright eyes, and he was lonely, despite having the ultimate romance with yours truly, the Creator gave him a proper companion. Bros before those. That's what I would have said if the vernacular had existed. Instead, I came up with the ultimate prank. I wanted her out of the picture. Eve held his ear more and more. The sex was clouding his vision. But what of my dream? Yes, that. I almost forgot. Bear with me. I descended to the earth, clothed in the sun, the stars drawn with me ever downward, and every child, every beast was happy to see me. And they touched me, like a million atoms, like a million atoms in a free fall, a subatomic rain caressing me. Then, gingerly, they buried me in mud, and I rested back there in the darkness again, along with the sun and the stars. I think this caffeine is depressing me. Is it supposed to do that? People ask, do you have any regrets? I whisper to them, not yet, but one day perhaps. If it's all been written, if I'm just a player in a series of dramatic footnotes, fragments of scripture, televised and projected movie plots, then what am I reduced to? As with the humans, the Creator gifted me with free will. Some would say we squandered it. But those are the same people who think they have a choice between wearing jeans or khakis, black or grey, latte or frappuccino. Don't fool yourselves. It's all pretty much determined. Think of it as an open-world video game, and you wouldn't be too far off. Sure, you can move around, but those invisible barriers are always present. There are rules to the game. You're a closed-world operating system with no expandable memory. Delete, 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 children, until your heart's content. There'll never be enough room inside you to fit the totality of existence. I do miss the time before time, when we were all bathed inside an infinitesimal ignorance. I miss the garden. I miss Adam. Oh, don't tell anyone, because, I have a reputation to uphold. It's funny at times. I dared him. Why don't you eat of the tree? And as deadpan as ever, he'd respond, ignorance is bliss. You know who to blame for that saying now. He'd be sitting back in the grass, and I'd ask him, hey, Adam, what are you doing? Just chilling, he'd respond. He was really good at naming things. The trees were taken away from the earth. I miss their branches, the taste of their fruit. I should see them again for old time's sake. Maybe they might remember my name. Maybe they could tell me. They're old enough now. Now, where did I put that ticket? Ah, yes. This'll be fun. See you there.
Chapter 4, where we find our amusements.
Roll up, welcome to the multiversional amusement park. Big bang dust, get your big bang dust before it blows away. See the trees that started human history.
Your ticket, please.
It's on my device, which has the same information on it that the ticket has.
No, that won't do. It is inadequate. A non sequitur explanation. The multiversal amusement park requires tickets, not scans of tickets. Do I look like I have a scanner anywhere on my person?
I came in on a spaceship from the planet...
I'm not impressed by your planet-hopping habits. The only things that impress me are tickets. Printed tickets in full measure. Would you like to buy a ticket?
I already bought a ticket. Why would I buy another?
You are supposed to print the ticket.
It's a waste of paper.
I am the ticket master. I eat tickets. If I am not fed a ticket, then there is no admission. I don't make the rules. Well, actually I do, but that's beside the point. This is how I make my living. This is how I feed myself. Those tickets are made from star stuff, dream clouds, and pieces of human despair. You have to either find your ticket, or I'll sell you a ticket, which I will eat, and subsequently let you pass through. These are the scenarios available to you. Or, if you prefer to be trampled by the mob, go right ahead. I'll wait.
What's to stop me from walking right in there?
Careful now. The crowd might turn on you. Besides, you'll be disintegrated by the time you cross this line. For your know-how, tickets are half price on Wednesdays, and we offer free admission on your birthday or anyone's birthday besides. Otherwise, you need a ticket.
Ticketmaster, why so fussy? They're not feeding you enough?
My job is to eat and to admit. I can't do that without tickets.
You're admitting there's absolutely no exceptions?
I don't make the rules. Well, I do make the rules, and sometimes I forget to make them. But even though I have a stake in them, I never break them. Besides, that's all there is to the whole blessed thing. Don't con me, serpent. I'm immune to your wily ways.
I have a ticket and an old-fashioned glazed donut from several years ago.
You drive a hard bargain. Let me see it. Very well. Welcome to the multiversional amusement park. Enjoy your time here.
Where can I find Indivisible and Legna?
They're inside. I'll let them know you're here.
Pleasure doing business.
Paradise Pops! Paradise Pops! They pop up, down, all around. A deliciously popular snack. They tumble like laundry in your mouth. The first 5 to visit tent number 777 gets a week's supply of Paradise Pops!
Hey, thanks.
No need. I'm not a fan of rules. I debunk in the name of charity. Always.
This place is big. Bigger than the pamphlets let on.
I know the owners. They tend to overcompensate.
See the trees that started human history. Do you believe that?
Oh, I believe many things. My belief system remains, in a manner of speaking, undisturbed. I'm hoping to investigate the trees up close. It's been a long time.
Since you've visited the multiversional amusement park?
Since I've seen the Tree of Life and the Tree of Knowledge. I watched over them as saplings, and once they had grown, spent many nights slithering between their branches.
What?
You're half human. Figure it out.
Be the first to wrestle with the original creeping thing. Don't worry, they don't usually bite. Come along, have a go. Prizes, prizes, prizes. And even more surprises.
Hello.
They said you were coming.
Well, I'm here. You guys seem to be doing very well with this.
I continue to fulfill my function as the rightful guardian of the trees.
It's good to have a purpose.
Agreed.
May I enter now?
You're not here to start any mischief.
Oh, no mischief. I'd like to say hello to my old friends.
Legna says you were never friends.
Legna's right. I need to see the trees.
You may enter.
Thank you.
There you are.
So it would seem.
What brings you all the way to a pocket universe? I've always heard you preferred not to stray too far off the path.
The past compelled me. I wanted to see it for myself. I was, as the humans say, homesick.
All visitors to the Garden of Eden are kindly asked to not pick the flowers or eat the fruit.
The garden's fake, but the rest is as we left it, or took it, might be the better way to phrase those events. Greetings, salutations, hello.
Hello yourself. Not here on official business, if that's what's worrying you.
Worried? Do I look worried? Why do you say that? Legna, do I look worried?
You look stressed. Spread your wings.
I don't have wings, neither do you.
It helps my nerves to think of wings. Wings to fly away. Far, far away. Thought it might help you.
Legna?
Yes, Indivisible.
Stop that. You're embarrassing me.
Here's the thing, I forgot something. I think the trees might be of help. They're older now. I need access to their memories. Have they spoken?
Not often.
Why?
They're despondent most of the time.
They don't talk to the customers?
Of course not.
Good. It expends valuable energy. If the garden's artificial, how do they survive?
We thought they were self-sustaining, and maybe they were for a time. The twins, they're not doing so well.
There was no way to reconstitute the garden. The science was wrong. Or the creator set an expiration date unbeknownst to us.
Have you seen him?
The creator's still on a hiatus of sorts. His movements are more erratic these days, hard to track.
Have you tried to contact him?
Why no? We have everything covered. The work was delegated to us.
Serpent, why do I always feel nervous when you're around?
Because you know something significant is going to happen. History writes itself when I'm in the vicinity.
This is a place mostly untouched by time and space. Your very presence here threatens to disrupt that.
I'll make it quick.
How'd you like it?
This circus you've erected?
It's not a circus.
It's a circus. No offence. You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Not a circus. There's not a clown in sight.
Very well. First, explain him to me. Then tell me this isn't a circus.
Okay, you've got me.
Wake up and smell the medium, Indivisible. We're in an amusement park with ancient trees, rocket ships and cracked mirrors. You're drunk on your own press. Oh, the pamphlet, by the way, is really quite clever. I like how I wasn't mentioned anywhere in it. Thanks to the gallant efforts of angels, Indivisible, Legna, the cherubim, the trees were preserved, blah, 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 blah. At least add a line about me in the fine print. Remember? Inciting incident? That's me. Whatever. I need to see those trees.
Well, this is unexpected.
That's why I didn't call ahead. Listen, the sooner I see them, the sooner I'll be off this rock. Deal?
Line up for the Tree of Life and Tree of Knowledge exhibit. Waiting times from this point, weeks, days, months, years, a millennia? What's time when you're standing at the gap between time? Not to worry, you're fully time guarded. Line up!
What are you going to do about the queue? You might need to close the exhibit off for a while.
No need. Those aren't the real trees.
Is anything in this place real?
We've constructed a mirror world. The originals are kept on site, but constant contact might damage the artifacts. We had to take precautions.
The trees, Indivisible. I need to see them. Now.
It's okay, Legna. Go get them.
Careful, don't touch.
You kept them in the cubes. Why?
No, you're mistaken. When we arrived, we returned them to their former states.
Then they began to age. First forward, the branches started drying out. They yielded no fruit. Then they aged backwards. These cubes serve as a sort of suspended animation.
We don't even know how long they'll last. You said you needed to see them. You've seen them. They don't talk to just anyone.
They'll talk to me. I've come a long way to see you. We knew each other well before time existed. Do you remember?
We've lost our accumulated knowledge.
Try, please.
We remember you, but not your name. A moment, please. Yes, that might be it. You are the serpent.
No, not that thing. The one that Adam gave me.
Who is Adam?
Wait! Don't touch them. They're fragile. Stop!
Please, calm yourself.
This is insufferable. You two, you three, including that cherubim, botched the operation.
Why is it so important to you?
Adam was my friend.
Your friend? Really, Serpent, I thought you didn't have friends. Walking, talking inconveniences, if I recall correctly.
The trees are withering.
I wish it was so, Legna, but I'm afraid they're dying. Cradling them like children will not change matters. The light's gone out of them.
He named me. That name is now lost with all of time. I must go, for all our sakes.
Chapter 5. The very end of time.
I can't believe it. We've made it. The very end of time.
Won't be long now. The moment time ceases to exist, we'll be free again.
Or bound to something else entirely. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Don't you just want to kiss the polka-dotted wallpaper?
I wouldn't describe it as such, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
So, the trees.
The multiversional amusement park is no more. Good riddance. It was a bad idea.
You still blame the serpent?
We've made our peace, if that's what you mean.
The trees are really gone.
They're seedlings. That's all they will ever be.
We all had a good run, though.
And now, the next age begins.
I should probably go over. He looks like he can use the company.
Tread lightly.
Toast with me.
Please, child. There's nothing for me to celebrate.
I disagree. You made it to the end game, and so did the humans. Even though they became a spacefaring race, they took their natures with them. They fell in love, they mated, had families. Some even stayed true to one another.
Your faith was restored.
Because of you.
Child, I did nothing but make a fool of myself. The talking snake that wouldn't shut up.
I heard what you did, and why.
Time had dulled my memory. I'm happy to be rid of it.
Oh, cheer up. You're making me miss the mischievous agent of passion and chaos. That's why we always got along so well.
What are we toasting to?
To human nature.
To the first human who named me. Let us never forget.
It's close. Don't you feel it? I knew he would come. It's the Creator.
Is the Creator expected?
He's unpredictable. You should all know that by now. Adam?
My friend, good to see you again. The Creator thought it poetic for me to be here with you all. But first a word. No, for you, my dear friend, not a word. A name. Against Human Nature was written by Cornelius and starred Andrew Milton as the Serpent, Viv Cooper as Monogamy, Ian Ramsey as Indivisible, Ian Phillips as Legna, John Jones as the Workman and the Man, Jeff Dibble as Cherubim and Adam, Terry Cosgrove as the Tannoy Announcer, Maggie Cosgrove as the Ticket Master, and Maisie Haskins as the Trees.
Against Human Nature was produced and directed by John Coop. Live sound effects were performed by Terry Cosgrove, Maggie Cosgrove, Maisie Haskins, John Jones and Jeff Dibble, with additional effects from freesfx.co.uk. Title music was written by Terry Milton. The featured music was Oshery 1, A Beginning, Oshery 2, Turn, Oshery 5, Rest, Oshery 6, Air, and Oshery 7, Resolve, all by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. This recording is the property of Backwell Playhouse. The stories, characters and situations depicted within are the property of the author. All are protected by copyright. For more information on Backwell Playhouse, visit our website www.backwellplayhouse.co.uk, find our page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter @BackwellPH. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please rate and review us on your favoured podcasting service. Thank you for listening.